I've had a couple of questions asked to me in the comments of previous videos, and I do want to answer them. The first was, do I see a potential for a rounding bottom? And I think at this point the answer is no. Back here, this is when the question was asked, and there is a nice little, you know, not really a rounding bottom. I guess you could say it's a rounding bottom with a small heave in it, but it's more akin to a scallop. A rounding bottom takes longer. Lukowski says to look for those on the weekly time frame. So I thought that was really a little premature. The second question I got was whether or not I look at market conditions, and I do, but I don't put a lot of weight into it. I understand the context that I'm trading in, but I'm not going to be necessarily entering positions unless the TA on the stock makes sense. And here, obviously, puts made a lot of sense. And yes, I have been making some money. So being a day early can really hurt, though. Yesterday, you see this was a green day. I entered into a contract here, and I was able to sell it today for a profit, right? For a whole whopping $11. Really, I was just lucky to get out of that contract with any profit at all. And when I sold that contract, because I held it overnight, I was able to use the funds that I received from that trade immediately. I was able to make another trade, which I made $8 on, which isn't a lot. But again, I was just trying not to be greedy, get in and get out. My strategy is to make money on these deep out of the money puts, which I bought yesterday, and they are now just barely red. Barely red. Between these two contracts, which cost me a total of $36, they are down $4. So what that means is that implied volatility is starting to rise as the price drops. And that didn't happen until the very end of the day today. I was keeping track of it. You can see here the implied volatility is increasing, but it's meager. That's a meager rise. Look how red and long that candle is. That is how long it took to recover this uptrend in the IV. But there it is. If tomorrow is another day like this, that's red, very tall red candle. We call these long black days. Then this implied volatility will increase more, and that will be my I don't know what. It's gonna make me money. So that's all I really need. Moving into the analysis now, you can see here a clean breakout of that cloud. Absolutely nasty. The lagging indicator here is now crossing the price. You never know, maybe this support zone will actually cause a bounce. That would be really annoying. I'd really just like to see the price make what's called a vertical run down. All right, I would like to see something like this, and that can happen. I've been waiting for a long time to see that, and I think the conditions are right for it and have been for a long time. So hopefully I get to see that. You can see the RSI is now making a pointed turn down, heading back for oversold. I do expect it to enter the oversold region again and set a higher low in the RSI, something above this, wow, 17. Jeez. So there's plenty of room here for the RSI to drop like crazy, because the RSI, the average gains and losses, were pretty much settled out and balanced by this flag. And this has definitely now has staged a breakout. You can see the breakout maybe on this red candle, an attempted pullback up to that level, that lower level of the flag, and then boom, clean breakout today. Big push down. We're setting a new low. We haven't closed this low in a very long time. Still back here. It's like a month ago. I want to move into the 15-minute chart, and we'll talk about the right angle descending broadening formation that I drew yesterday. And I'm going to start by turning off the cloud, and I'm going to try to keep this video short. I want to make it short. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that flag. Jeez, that's crazy. Let me find my chart really quick here. This is my daily chart. I don't think it's on my daily chart, on my day trading chart, and it's not. So that doesn't make much sense yet. Don't look. Bear with me. Here I go. What's that? Was it on actually blank? Yeah, because I draw on my chart that's supposed to be actually blank. There it is, the right angle and descending broadening formation. You can see that I identified this yesterday by this partial rise. You can see that partial rise. And today we had a fall, a little test on that downtrend, and boom, a push lower. And what's great is that there's even a confirmation move in here. You can see the price push past, came back up, tested the breakout price of that lower trend line, and then set a lower low at the end of today. This confirms the breakout of this pattern. What's the target? 1461. Very realistic to see that reach tomorrow. Very realistic. Let's see what the implied volatility did. Ooh, yeah, that's that's the money right there. That's what's gonna make me money. Writing that rising implied volatility as the price is moving down. That's what I want to see. Moving into tomorrow, if I do see a continued dump, I am gonna be YOLOing probably into that 1450 strike if I can get one. It's gonna be hard not to get into the $9 strike too, because that's where my target is for the big flag, is $9, somewhere thereabouts in the 8s. Incredible. But I'm just gonna go over the 1 minute chart really quick, and we'll call that a wrap for the day today. I feel like I've been pumping out so much analysis, and it really, this breakout is just the actualization of a lot of that analysis. So if you go and look at my other videos, you're gonna see that I've been waiting for this for a long time, and now I'm just, God, I'm just so ready to make some money, some like big money. I need big win here. I would love to have a big win. Going back here to my day trading chart, the 1 minute time frame, which I'm already in. Zooming out, let's have a talk about my options contracts. So the 1650 put here, this is the contract I bought down here, and the price rose and then grinded sideways above where I purchased it, which sucked. That sucked. And as you can see, I do have these other two options here. The May 14th $10 put, which I bought for $10. Oh, I accidentally wrote down the current price for that contract. It's actually 10 and 27. Yeah. Okay, cool. I haven't written in black because I haven't closed them yet. But if they do make money, I do sell them this week, I'll add that to today's or to Monday's number. That's how I'm doing it. Otherwise, I won't have a daily chart on my log. So that's how I'm choosing to handle that. This was nasty. We had this corrective wave, this green trend up, and this morning it broke right away. Just right away. Just getting absolutely trashed. We found ourselves in a half staff formation here, a pennant. Early in the morning, it did break down, and we right away found, well, it's a rectangle, that's true. Kind of looks like the end of a flagpole, doesn't it? I don't know, it's hard to say what it was, but it did break down. And this is where I decided to exit my my put from yesterday, right here on this candle. Yeah, nailed it. I think I nailed that exit. And then I flipped to calls right away, right here. And as the price approached that 1592 level, I bailed, and I was a little scared right here. I thought this candle right here would serve as the reversal, and we'd see that downtrend breakout at that point. Of course, the price did rise more, and I was a little regretful, but only for a moment, because once the price reached back up, formed a nice double top, little twin peak here, boom, fell down, broke that trend, and then slid down into the close, eventually breaking past 1572 and closing at 1549. Woo! That's a big drop. That was nuts. That's nuts, right? Absolutely crazy. And tomorrow might be more of the same. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, not at all. Yeah, the AMC swoopy, that's what that is. It's a scallop, right? And sure enough, that pennant that formed exactly at that level of breakout from that scallop. And once the scallop broke out, the target was reached. Obi-Wan, he was pretty happy today to see that 1553 target from that scallop. And I mean, absolutely, like Obi-Wan's analysis is really good. He's doing a great job following Blakowski's guidelines, and those targets that he's making are being met all the time. It's fantastic. It's just been a lot of fun trading with everyone on the Discord. It's cool. It's cool. And congratulations to everyone who's writing calls. I know there's people writing calls that follow me. I see your comments and such. Congratulations, you did great today. Undoubtedly cleaned up. And I wish I could write calls, but I can't. I have a few challenges. First is, I have a cash account. The second is, I only have a little bit of cash. So I'm making a slow grind here, but at the end of the day, I think it's I think this is gonna turn into a vertical rundown. I do want to go over what the daily candle was really quick on Bulkowski's webpage. What am I at? 9 minutes. Okay, here we go. Quick. Let's go to more patterns. Candle pick index. I like the candle pick index because it's just like kind of fun to look at all the different patterns. You never know when something's gonna stand out to you and you go, oh my god, that's the pattern I see right there. But today it's pretty clear. Obi-Wan, posted it today in the Discord, which is great. It makes my life a lot easier. I know what I'm looking for. Here it is. The Marubozu candle. The difference between the black Marubozu and closing black Marubozu is an upper shadow, and we do have a little upper shadow today, right? It doesn't hurt the candle performance too much. This is just, it's so bearish. It's so bearish. Let's see what the rank was. Its overall performance rank is 43 out of 103, so it's not the best, but we do have a lot of different things pointing that the price will decline. So let's just have a look here. He says that this candle is a tall black candlestick with an upper shadow, but no lower one. It acts as a continuation of the existing price trend 52% of the time. It's about random. The performance after the breakout is mid-list at 43. Yeah, the best average move in 10 days is 5.82%. So it's really not all that great of a candlestick pattern, but given all the other analysis I have pointing towards 15 and 9 and $7, I think it's pretty safe to say that this is probably the first candle in vertical rundown. What's a vertical rundown? Vertical rundown is what started this great dibbening. Vertical run down, and I anticipate to see the vertical run down herald the end of the great dippening as well. Yes, down. That's what it is. Down. The hard thing about the vertical run down is by the time it's established, you've probably missed your chance to trade it, right? So let's have a look here. He says the price moves down in a steep drop for at least 4 sessions. There's a minimal overlap from price bar to bar. He says the price can pause along the vertical run occasionally multiple times. This pause, which is he calls a flag, happens about 6% of the time. The figure on the right shows the result from a study. And so he's saying that after vertical run down, you get big pushes up. And this is important. I've been waiting for this to show us the big low towards sub 10, $7, maybe $5, who knows? And that would create a bounce, a big corrective retrace. And this corrective retrace, I plan on buying calls into once we've had the completion of the vertical run down. And I know I get a lot of people see my analysis and it's all bearish. I'm talking about trading long puts and selling calls, and it's like people are just thinking that I'm bearish, and so I'm choosing to see a bearish chart. But what if the chart's actually bearish and I'm just trading per the analysis? Well, what that means is when the time comes that we do see a bounce from a low, I will be switching to calls, and I will be making upward price targets, looking for bullish patterns, and I think people are going to really like that. I bet you that I get a lot of viewership increases after that happens. It's the way it goes. Oh man, like it's terrible, but I don't think that the broad viewership of the internet is interested in good information, and unfortunately that's what I'm providing. And if I sound like I'm full of myself, I think at this point it's hard for me to just ignore the fact that this analysis works. I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't, because it does. This whole channel from its beginning was all about the TA. And just to test it, does it work? Does it not work? Who is Bulkowski? Is this all just like garbage? And if you go back to my old videos, like October 21st from last year, you're gonna see I have a falling wedge drawn, and the downward target from that falling wedge is $10. And I drew that on October 21st. Of course, there's also an upward price target because every pattern has 2 targets, right? But hey, if someone told you the price was gonna drop or could drop to $10, October 21st of last year, you would have spat in their face, called them a paper-handed bitch, and walk away. But boom, here we are, right? So this analysis works, and I'm not going to ignore it anymore. It's not like I'm making stuff up. I don't want to take credit for this. This is Bulkowski's methodology. This is all his studies, and I am just applying it. And it works. I don't see any reason to be apologetic for that or be bashful about it. So, yeah, I guess this is just a way of saying I'm waiting for this dump. And if this dump occurs, like, I'm thinking that I might put $100 into some really just garbage out of the money puts, because if this does happen, those will go 100x. And I know that because when this downtrend began, I had like $25, and that turned into $250 really quick. And I was like, whoa, well, that's only 10x. And it's like, yeah, I know. The contracts I was watching, I saw go 100x. Nonetheless, that kept me in the game, that single put at that time. So that's my analysis for now, and I guess this is more journally, talking about how I feel and stuff, which is fine. I think I want to show this book every single video. This is the best $30 I've ever spent, and everyone in my Discord who has also bought it says the same thing, because honestly, stop listening to garbage. I know there's a lot of theory and a lot of TA, especially on YouTube, about what's going on, but how many of those people presenting that analysis are sharing their trades? No one is doing what I am doing. I am showing my trades, and I am walking the talk. And I appreciate it when in the comments people give me credit for that, because this is actually really scary. When I started doing this, I was really worried. You know, it's like day 1, I'm going to share all my trades. Day 2, I'm broke. I was worried that would happen, right? And of course it didn't. And now I'm thinking like, God, I think I can do this. But, you know, it's like last week I was at my wit's end, and here I am. It's a wild journey. Nonetheless, vertical rundown happens. I'm going to like double the amount of cash I have. And my daily trading log is going to look like my own personal MOAS. And that's the goal, is to make my own MOAS, not wait for some other trader to close their short position to make me rich. That's not going to work. At least not in the way I want it to. I'm going to make myself money by this analysis. And if I can prove that this analysis works, I damn well better get some more viewers. I mean, really, I want to monetize. I want to monetize. Like this is my dream. Okay, this is getting journaling now. Okay, we're at 17 minutes. I don't care. So, I don't like my current employment in that I don't feel like I'm appreciated. I'm undervalued. I'm overqualified, and I think that people don't realize my worth. And, well, not everyone, but nonetheless, I remember in 2008 when the stock market crashed. That changed my life. That happened in 2008. I remember sitting there watching it happen, and I created a Morningstar account, made a hypothetical portfolio, so paper trading, and I bought just a ton of like Wells Fargo and Amex, credit companies, whatever financial sector stocks were down. And then I went to Argentina for a couple of years. When I got back, I logged back into that account, and like, seriously, that account was up like 500%. I couldn't believe it. And that blew my mind away, to see how the market could fall, how people could make money in a falling market, and then how buying the bottom of that market could make you money on the way up. And that's what ultimately got me to open my account in 2017. And this time I'm ready. I'm ready this time. I've got the net cast. I have studied. I have more than paid for my education. Let me be very clear. I have lost a lot of money learning how to do this. This is not child's play, and it is not easy. And the hardest thing is you're trading against yourself. Always trading against yourself, against your greed, against your anxiety, against your excitement. It's difficult. And despite that, I've still come out on top. I've walked away with my gains. And I think I'm finally at a point where I might start making money consistently. I guess I just needed to really push myself to get there. And doing that meant really putting myself out there. I'm on YouTube. You can share this video with anyone. And if I do poorly, you can share that I did poorly and laugh at me, and that's great. Or you can share that this analysis is like has saved you $20,000. I know that's true too. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just rambling. I don't know. I guess I'm just at this point where the analysis I've been doing per Bulkowski has been very successful. And if it continues to be very successful, I am going to have a life-changing experience. So I'm just trying to get my head on tight, screwed tightly on my shoulders, because it's going to get wild, I think. And it's going to be hard to stay focused. But yeah, I don't know. I'm out of here. Happy trading.